Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on this '07 Chevrolet, was it a Silverado, I think, with a 4.8 liter. And I don't know if you can see, but let me turn the light on down here, but it's quite wet down there. And so I pressurized the overflow, put about 10 psi in the system, no leaks. We just waited and it held pressure. Then I added 12 psi and still no leaks. And then we go, okay, let's try it. So we ran the engine and there was no leaks. But then after a little while, right here where you see it very wet, right behind this part of the pump, you see drops. So what I want to do today is take the pump out and take a look at behind there and see what the what's going on actually, as far as that goes. So that's what we're about to do, is take the pump out and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's start that. All right, once you remove that bolt, it looks like it's being held in there. It should just come straight out like that, and then you have access to the other stuff. So now we will have to take the tension off the serpentine belt, and I'm hoping that I do not have to undo the I don't know if you can see it, but there is a stretch belt right there on the AC compressor. Hopefully not, but I do have to remove all of these hoses going to it. And let me get a tool on that and see if we can start draining. I don't see a drain pepcock on this radiator, but I'm going to keep looking. And if not, we'll just undo the lower radiator hose here. I'll put a catch pan on, and then we'll hope for the best. I still have to take off the skid plate. Maybe I won't. It depends. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm using these pliers. They got nice little jaw ends, and it makes it so you can clip on the edges of these and they don't slip, and hopefully you can get enough tension on them so you can work them off. There we go, like so. And then we can get the hose off, huh? Okay. All right, I got a 15 millimeter on the tensioner. We can release the tension and slip off the belt. I also marked it, so I put it in the same rotation if we choose to reuse this belt, because it does look like it's okay. So I put some marks on it so I know which way it goes. But let's just slip off the belt, and it should be nothing here. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, let's take. All right, got the hoses disconnected for the heater core, and then the lower and the upper. But the thing I notice is, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a lot of gunk, man. There's a lot of rust for something that was supposedly using coolant this whole time. So I don't know, that's a little suspect. But right now you've got these 10 mils right here, so you can technically take this whole thing apart with an 8, 10, and a 15, and the 15 for the idler. But I mean, these are just 10s. There's 3 here, and there's 3 right underneath the support bracket, so you should be able to get to. And that's what I'm gonna loosen up next. All right, I got the hose out of the way so you can see better, and then I'm just gonna put a 10 mil on this. Okay, I gotta put my little impact on a higher mode. Let's do that. Okay, it shouldn't be this tight. These should only be like 22 foot-pounds. So, them's on there tight. Okay, let me get a ratchet and do it instead of this way. Okay. Okay, the leak is coming from right here. It was dripping right here, and I think this is it. This bolt looks terrible, man. And it was hard to get out. It was the tightest one. The other ones took nothing to break. So I'm thinking it's right here. So let's find out if it was leaking behind there. Right, here's the back of the pump. I don't see any obvious signs of anything, but you do have this really built up area here, and it was dripping somewhere right around here. We could see the gaskets are still here, but there's not much left. So I don't know. It's either this hole was the worst to get out, and this thing just fell off. It didn't even like try. It just fell right off. So I don't know. I don't know if that's where the leak was, or if it was leaking from this, because these hoses are really rusted right here at the connection. So I don't know if it was dripping this way and down, but somewhere there was a leak. So we'll have to fix that. All right, guys, there's a new pump with the new gaskets, using 2 bolts to basically align it. Hopefully they don't fall out. And remember, on this model, for some reason it didn't have a mechanical pump, so it made removal that much easier. So let's get it in. All right, guys, that's it. Torque these in 2 from 11, and then a second pass at 22. Put the new thermostat in here, and so new gasket. This was just the housing, so we just replaced the thermostat, cleaned it up a little bit, and then got it down. And so now all we do is just put all the hoses back. And again, like I said, no mechanical fan. This has electric fan, so hey, made the job that much easier. Okay, guys, we're all done. We got everything back together. New hoses. He went with upper new radiator hoses, okay, and lower. Put all the factory clamps back on. I vacuum bled it. So with the coolant, put all the little pieces back on. It held vacuum, so I know there's no leaks here where the gasket material and everything is, or the hose clamps or anything. And we filled it with approximately a little over 2 gallons, okay, of coolant. I think we should be good to go. That's all, guys. Thank you again for watching the video. Thank you for following along. Have a great day. See you in the next one.